and welcome to Old Ways Gardening and Prepping. My name is Teresa. I'd like to welcome you out to the shed of many names on this gorgeous day. Oh, it has been beautiful and, yeah, a little too warm if you ask me. Not quite acclimated for the warm weather yet. I have before me a beautiful, beautiful gift. It is the back quarter leg of deer. For those who don't know, this is venison. Wonderful meat. This is a true blessing. Now, you're going to see this opening bit of cleaning it up and cutting it up in two videos. The first video is going to be me making us a pot of homemade venison stew, and then I'm going to be canning up some venison stew, and I'm bringing y'all along for that as well. Now, with that being said, I have washed it very well, not nicely, but very well. And you want to get all this fat off. Yes, this one has some fat. It's a little bit of skin too. And I'm going to have to cut a light on so I can see. Y'all just going to have to put up with me being bright. Now, I can see y'all. And you also want to get all of this silver skin off. Without getting any meat if possible. And it also helps when your meat is very cold as well. You want to try to get as much of any fat or the silver skin off as possible. Sometimes it will pull off on its own. Beautiful, beautiful meat. And I'm not worried if it's perfect pieces because all of this is going to be cubed up. All of it's going to be cubed up, so perfection is not what I'm shooting for. I'm shooting to save as much meat as possible. And see, once in a while deer do have a little bit of fat. Man, I am bleached out. Oops. Let me turn the camera down so you can actually see what I'm doing. And of course, there'll be some tendons that you'll have to cut out, which is not hard to do. I don't want to lose the knife. But yep, I'm going to take all that silver and white skin off. And I'm going to bring you back as soon as I get all of this cut from away from the bone. See you back here in just a bit. Okay, I have it cleaned off the leg bone, and I'm going to save some of the leg, half the leg bone, to make some soup or some venison bone stock, and I'm going to give the other part to Jana. You want to try your best to just get the silver skin off and not bring any meat along with it. Not hard to do. I've just been rusty. Been a while since I've had the blessing of processing venison. And it's something everyone should know how to do with what's coming up. And sometimes, if you get it going in the right direction, you can peel it right off. It'll peel off. And any white fat, tendons, you want that off. Okay. And any of the uh, slimy, slimy stuff, you want that gone too. You don't want any of that on your meat. Make sure all of that's off. Sometimes it doesn't go easily, but yeah, it's gonna go. Oop, I want to cut it before it tries to pull any more meat off. I cannot even begin to say how thankful I am for this venison. Now, if you want to, you can make sure all of the silver skin's gone or most of it. Look at that beautiful, beautiful blessing of meat. And you're going to have different size pieces, small, medium, large. I try not to do too large because I want it to go stretch as far as possible. Of course, when you get in longer pieces, which are tendons, you want to cut that whole tendon out. See? Not only does it taste nasty, it will be tough as can be. Alright, that's the first piece of many to go. And I will bring you back when I'm done. I'll see you here in a bit. Okay, I have the deer meat cubed up. I have washed it real good just with cold water, y'all. Don't use no soap. And I have it now soaking in the fridge in salt water to bring out a bunch of the blood. And since I'm doing double duty tonight, not only am I making venison stew cooked, I'm also making canned venison stew. I'm going to start on the carrots. Now, I know I'm going to probably need more carrots than this, but we shall see. But what I want is them in smaller pieces. Not too god-awful small, but not too large. Because in the venison stew that I make, I use carrots, potatoes, onions, mushrooms, and celery. That's why I said to get it all in a quart jar, got to make sure that it's not too big, but you don't want it too small so that it just doesn't evaporate while canning. After I do the carrots, I'm going to get the celery and the onions done. The mushrooms are dehydrated. Woohoo! So I'll be using that because, yeah, those are some of the ugliest mushrooms at the store. So I'm not going to use that. And potatoes, I'll dice, well, not dice, but cube up at the last minute. And I'll bring you back as soon as I'm done with all the vegetables. See you here in a little bit. Okay, I have some venison in with a little bit of olive oil. And I'm going to start cooking the venison stew for dinner tonight. And just a little bit of all-purpose flour. Don't want to add too much, but just enough. And hopefully that's going to give it a nice brown color. Start making like a roux. Got the heat up a little bit. Oh, it's starting to smell good, y'all. And I haven't even done anything special just yet. Okay, I'm going to let that fry up for a little bit. And I'll bring you back when I add the onions. The wrong button on the camera. I knew I was going to do that. So, yeah, I had to start it again. And I'm going to let this, like I said, I'm going to let this get golden brown a little bit. And then I'm going to add the onions, bring y'all back. Okay, the flour has gotten a really nice dark color. So it's time to add the onions to the venison. And go the onions. I might as well put the celery in as well. And yes, I use the leaves. Y'all don't realize those leaves are delicious to use. Don't waste anything. Waste not, want not. And we're going to stir that in real good. when I'm cooking it on the stove like this, I leave my onions big. But I like a chunky stew, or what my grandmother would call a stick to your ribs stew. I'm going to throw the carrots in too. I'm just going to let this saute for a while. Oh, it's smelling good. Since it has to cook for a while, I'm not adding the potatoes at the moment. Potatoes don't take too long to cook. Oh, it smells so good. Now, here after a while, I'm going to add some diluted beef bone stock because I want it diluted down some because I don't want it to overpower the flavor of the venison. But I want it to give it just a little bit of body. I'm going to go grab my seasoning and I'll be right back. Okay, got my seasoning. This is parsley flakes. I love parsley flakes. And it's a good tablespoon. And yes, I hand measure. A lot of times I just sprinkle parsley. And I like a little oregano in my stew. And that's about a half a teaspoon. Now, of course, you can use what seasoning you like. Oh man, you can smell it now. Now, one thing I'm not going to be adding to it is salt until at the end, because bone stock I know has salt. And this is dehydrated minced garlic. And you betcha I want a tablespoon. Now if you're using fresh, that would be 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. Oh, that's looking good, y'all. And last but not least for now, some black pepper. Add black pepper to your taste. That was probably a good half to a teaspoon. Half a teaspoon to a teaspoon of black pepper. Got to remember, you got a lot of veggies in here, and you got to season your meat as well. Okay, onions are starting to look a little transparent, so it's nice. I'm using beef bone stock that's going to be watered down, or is watered down. You can use chicken if you have venison bone stock, which I do, but it's back at the house. You can use that too, or you can just use plain water. And this is 8 cups. Oh, that beef bone stock smells good. And I'm going to let it come back up to boil and simmer for about 15 minutes. And I'll bring you back when I add the potatoes. I'll see you here in a little bit. Alright, she's been cooking for a little over 15 minutes. And let me tell you, it's smelling good. I have about 8 cups of large cubed potatoes. And I'm going to put about 2.5 handfuls of good baby Bella dehydrated mushrooms. And right now, the main thing is get the taters done and make sure the carrots are done. I can already tell the celery is done. It won't take long for the mushrooms to rehydrate. I got the jasmine rice steaming, and it's going to be a good dinner, y'all. And I'll bring you back as soon as this is done. See you here in a bit. Alright, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful homemade venison stew. The stew is ready. It's going to thicken up as it sits for a little while, because all we're waiting on is for this liquid lava to cool a little bit and the steamed jasmine rice to get ready, because I like stew over rice. That's how I was raised. And this is going to be one amazing dinner. And I will bring you back after I get me some dished up and let you know how it tastes. See you here in a bit. Okay, everyone, it finally cooled down enough for me to be able to eat it. Look at that. Is that not beautiful venison stew from scratch, y'all? Over steamed buttered jasmine rice. Mmm. Nothing better than being blessed with venison. And let me tell you, family's happy as well. They are very thankful for dinner tonight. It was a huge hit. Mm. Absolutely delicious, y'all. Now, if you can't get a hold of venison, you can do the same thing with beef. Chicken, yes, you can make chicken stew. Buffalo, I prefer beefalo over buffalo. Little bit of fat marbling. Absolutely delicious, y'all, and I'm looking forward to finishing my dinner. Everybody else has ate. I'm finally getting to sit down. And as you can tell, I'm fixing to roll into the next video. Alright, y'all, it's 2 days of venison recipes. And we're going to meals in a jar. And I'll explain more when I go into detail about that. Simple, easy, homemade, extremely healthy for you. and delicious, y'all. You can do it too as long as you can get a hold of the venison. I see too many people grind up deers completely to make sausage, and you miss out on some of the amazing meals that you can make. I hope this video encourages you to also cook with venison. Think outside the box. There's more than to just a tenderloin or backstrap and sausage. There's more than that. Make you some venison stew. I look forward to seeing y'all in my next video. Y'all stay safe and sound. Believe in yourself. You got this. Stock your pantries, which we're fixing to do a little video on that here in a bit. And stay positive. Stay informed. Keep your eyes and your ears open. There's no room for paranoia. Don't let it have free rent. Be informed. Look forward to seeing you in my next video. I'm fixing to have me an amazing dinner. Y'all take care, and may you each be blessed. I'll see you soon.